Okay.
Get in your car.
Flying out there.
Good morning. 45 minutes on the bike. It's a good ride. Already 2 or 3 shots of espresso into the day. It's a great day. So given the current situation, I know one of the things that's really culturally relevant right now is working from home and how to deal with this more integrated work life and personal life. And so I thought today, since I'm working from home today might be a great day to talk about how I'm managing that or accomplishing that. Although I should say I'm not really a work from home newbie, because I feel like if you went to college in like the last 5 to 10 years, you really became pretty proficient at being a digital nomad and accomplishing your work kind of on the go via laptop. And then I had a small business that basically was training people in person, but then all the other parts of owning a small business, like the bookkeeping and the marketing, and I had to get good at doing that kind of stuff here at my house. So I have some practice. But I thought, why don't I just talk a little bit about how I'm doing it now, because it may help others. I think the first thing about working from home is you have to have structure, you have to have routine. And for me, I've been treating it just like any other normal work day. And to emphasize that point, part of my routine is after I ride my bike, well, first I get up in the morning and make my espresso, I ride my bike, and then after I ride my bike, I always take a shower, and then I head to work. So let's pause here so I can go take a shower, and then we'll come back and talk more about working from home before I start working from home. You're Spider-Man Captain America. That's pretty cool. You made your own superhero.
This is a pretty fun kid.
Structure and routine, so important. So it's like any other work day. I'm gonna get ready to start my work. But what's different about working from home is normally you have like this demarcation line of, okay, my personal life, work life, which is you get in the car and you drive to work. But when you're working from home, that demarcation line doesn't really exist, or doesn't really exist unless you make it exist and you're very intentional about it. So the way I do that, the way I create that demarcation line, which is sort of this signal that, hey, I'm no longer doing personal stuff, I'm now moving to work time, or I'm moving into my work day, is having separate space in your home. If it's possible to have separate space, it can be as simple as just having your kitchen table is that space, or maybe it's a whole separate room. For me, I come to the garage, so I have a gym in my garage, but I also have a couple kind of like pseudo desk workspaces set up, and so that's my demarcation line. Is I leave the house, I get ready, I leave the house, I come out here, I set my computer down, and this is my space, and this is very clear that, okay, now I'm at work and I'm gonna do work. And that just, I think, helps again reinforce that structure and that routine that is really important to be productive and be useful and be organized. I'm going to do some work, and we're going to come back and talk about something else that helps build structure and organization into your day and makes working from home seem a lot less like this. You basically just don't want to have this sense that you're kind of just like all day long floating from task to task or thing to thing and feeling like there's no clear sense of direction or accomplishment. That's the thing you want to avoid. So I'm going to try to help you understand how I avoid that or attempt to avoid that, because we're not all perfect. All right, more espresso and work. I probably should take the structure thing a little bit too far at times. I even have the same exact meal that I have when I'm at work in the morning, which is instant oatmeal, because it's quick, it's easy, it's inexpensive, and seems to keep me feeling full and satisfied for a good portion of the morning. Some work has been done, but now I'm getting ready to take a break, get some more coffee, grab a snack, and I think this is a good time or fitting time to talk about another thing that I feel like is super important for making working from home better, more productive, or just give you better overall feeling when you're doing it. Is you got to have some kind of punch list or task list. I use the task panel in Outlook on my work computer to take care of my day job related projects and tasks, but that just helps me sort through what things I need to accomplish with the time I have allotted for work today. Typically that's prioritized based on time things are due and times that I need to get things done, and then once I know what I need to accomplish today, or what needs to be my focuses for today, then when I sit down at the desk, or at the computer, there's no scanning through emails to find out what I'm supposed to do. I know some people don't have that habit already built. So that would be, I think, if you're moving to more work from home, or you're having to do some work from home stuff right now, that's a behavior, that's a habit you need to build, that's a strategy you need to work on. It's really going to help you sit down, get right to work, and get stuff done. The other thing that I do is, once I have my tasks sorted by priority and I know what things I need to try to either knock out today or get as far as I possibly can myself on that task before I move to the next one on my list, is I like to try to break up my work into kind of blocks of time. Some people call this doing sprints. I just like to think of it as blocking my time. So I tell myself I'm gonna commit to focusing on getting this as much done on this task, or completing this task, in the next 45 minutes or an hour 30, whatever it is. And then I know that there's going to be relief coming, because once that 45 minutes is up, once that hour's up, I'm going to stop. I'm going to take a break. I'm going to check emails or do more administrative tasks that take very little effort and very little time to complete or get done. Maybe an expense report or something of that nature. Maybe grab something to drink, get a snack like I'm doing now, and then I'm going to dive back in. And for me, what that helps me do is, one, it helps me break up my day so my day doesn't feel like monotonous and drifting and there's no real purpose. It also prevents me from constantly task switching, which is, I think, one of the biggest drains on productivity. So I don't hop back and forth between stuff. I focus on something that I want to complete or make progress on. And then once I set that thing down, then I move on to the next thing. That constant interruption can make it really hard to dive into something and focus on it. That being said, I'm going to get my coffee, I'm going to get my snack, and then I'm going to dive back into another block of work before lunchtime. So there we go. More focused, productive work has been accomplished, and now it's time for lunch. Normally at work, on days where I go into the office, I don't really take a lunch, because an hour lunch is a long time and there's really not much else to do at work besides work. So I usually eat lunch at my desk. But with the new added benefit of getting to work some of my days from home, I can really put that lunch break to work much more effectively. Normally, I do my lifting portion of my workouts in the evening after I get home from work, which takes time away from the boys and the kids, or I have to do them real late at night after they go to bed. But now that I can use that lunch break to get my lifting in when I work from home, that's what I'm doing. It's helps me be more efficient with the usage of just my overall time in a day, but I also think it makes me much more efficient and effective in my work. I feel like when I come back for the afternoon session after I lift, I'm really focused and really productive. So I think all offices should put gyms in their offices. Or should I say, I think all businesses should put gyms in their offices. So yeah, not really a work from home tip, or maybe it is a work from home tip. You should take advantage of your lunch break and do some exercise if you are set up to do that at home. All right, coffee and workout. Here we go. Small side note while my coffee is making. One of my new favorite coffee drinks that I've discovered recently is the long black, which is like a version of an Americano, but it's where you put the hot water in first and then you pull your espresso or pour your espresso onto the hot water. Instead of with an Americano, it's the opposite. The benefit with the long black is you keep more of the crema, or that like foam top of the espresso shot, which is one of my favorite parts of espresso. Yeah, kind of obsessed with it lately. You also get, because you're mixing espresso and hot water, you get more volume to drink. So I mean, it does dilute your shot, but it's a longer cup of coffee. Try it. Long black, I recommend.
Regarding aerial craft, UAV.
We rode through forgotten towns and lived in the dirt across the country.
Workout's done. Slight audible in the schedule here today. Normally, I'd be headed inside to take a shower real quick, get fixed up, and then head back to work out here at the desk. But there's supposed to be some bad weather coming, like in the next hour or so. So I'm actually gonna get ready, pack up my stuff, and I'm gonna go finish my work day at my mother-in-law's house. She has a storm shelter, and Kelsey and the boys are already over there. Kelsey gets, rightfully so, Kelsey gets kind of anxious whenever there's bad weather, and she just feels more at peace when she's someplace where there's an actual storm shelter of some kind. So I'm gonna go over there and work, and we will continue to talk about working from home, or in this case, I guess, working from my mother-in-law's home. Either way, it all applies. It's like working on the go or working nomadically. Maybe that's a better. Maybe work from home is too reductive. I don't know. I'm gonna freshen up. Made it over here. Now I'm gonna continue my work day from over here. This is why punch lists are so important, is because then as soon as I open my laptop, I know exactly what to start working on. Dogs know I'm here, I guess. What?
Dad's trying to go through
Yeah.
Alright, buddy.
his tummy. My child, their best life. I got a short.
The bad weather showed up and we actually had to take shelter because there was a tornado warning, which kind of disrupted the whole flow to my work from home video. But bad weather's gone, we're headed back home now. So I want to end this work from home video with one last thing that I think is really important. You need to have some kind of ritual that marks the end of your day or the end of your work day. It's like a signal to yourself that work is over and now personal stuff begins. And for me, what that is I do like a task dump. So anything I've picked up, any to-dos I've picked up throughout my work day, I type them out and put them in my task list. And then I look at what I need to focus on tomorrow. So I have some idea in my brain, kind of subconsciously, of things that I'm going to be working on the next day. And then I close my computer. I shut all the applications. I close the computer. I stand up. I walk away. And that's my end of the workday ritual. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I liked making it. But I want to get out of this rain. I want to get home. And I think I'm going to play some Call of Duty. So, yeah. Good luck working from home. Hopefully I get to keep doing it for a while. Well, I mean, I hope the pandemic thing ends, but I hope the work from home thing sticks. And if not, it was fun and good experience.